That's pretty good. Did I get it all?
Nope.
Hello. This is the first of a series of so-called discussions that we're going to have based on the Bible. We're probably going to... Oh, my name is Pops, by the way. That's all you're going to get. Just Pops. We're going to study and look at some of the stuff that was written in the Bible and try to see if we can make sense of it. Okay? So, this is just the introductory show, so I want everybody to sit down, relax, have some holy water. No, it's holy wine, that's it. Holy wine. And I wonder if you can bless weed. Can you? Send some to the Vatican and ask the Pope to bless it. If you don't, send it to me. I'll bless it. I can do that. You know, I used to be an altar boy. Hi, we're back. This is section 2, or segment 2 of the series I discussed earlier, which I don't remember what it was, but anyway, to get on with it, I'm going to get and look at certain verses in the Bible, and I'm going to read them exactly the way they are. Now, there's different versions. There's the King James Version, there's the New Century Version, there's the American version, I think, there's the new one out called The Message, which is written in today's paragraphs and subjects and stuff, so it doesn't read like a quatrain, so to speak. And we'll look at all this one verse, and we'll maybe take a look at all the different interpretations all the other books have of it, and see if we can make sense out of it. One of them is that if you look in the Old Testament, when God's he's speaking to Noah, and he's telling Noah, in one of his remarks, he says that he regrets making man. Which makes me wonder, you know, now if he regretted making man, that means he didn't know what was going to happen. And God knows all things according to the book. So is it a misprint? Well, okay. Your guess is as good as mine. Since I've talked to a lot of different people who are very religious and who love God a great deal and read the Bible a lot, far more than I do actually, and they tell me that many of them say that it's the Bible, you have to take it with a grain of salt. Okay, it's not meant to be taken literally, but there are others who say no, it is to be taken literally. Every tittle, every dot in it. If any of that's changed, woe to that sports, SOB or whatever, because you're not supposed to touch anything in it because it's perfect, it's the Word of God. Every word. The problem with that is if you read it, you run into problems like, why would God say in the book, I regret making man? How could he do that? I mean, explain that to me. If anybody can, I'd like to hear what your explanation is for that. Like many of you, I was raised in a Catholic church. We were taught that you had to go to church every Sunday. I went to a parochial school, Catholic school, so religion was pretty much a big deal. I was an altar boy, I was in the choir, I tried really hard to please God, which apparently did nothing but piss him off. But at any rate, I grew up in that realm. I left it for a long time in anger and disgust, and then tried again to see if I could find the truth. So I went back and started again. And I went to different churches this time, looking and getting into Bible study classes and listening and reading this book that everybody keeps talking about. And I'm not the first one that has done this. There's another man who has done it, and the book he wrote was The Age of Reason. And the title of the book is called The Age of Reason, and it was written by a man named Thomas Paine. And Thomas Paine did a lot of study, and he was a religious man, a Christian. But if you want to get an idea of the questions that arise from this book, then read his book first and then see what you think. If after that you don't have any questions, then great, go for it. But I went the other route. I had questions, and certain things just don't add up, and I haven't found answers for them. So we'll talk about some of that next time. I Pop signing out, dodging the lightning. Later.
All of it. Oh, and he's still smoking. There you go. So good.